This is Daily News Brief, quick, clear, and current. Hit like and subscribe for more news that matters. Here are the top highlights making headlines in the news today. Netanyahu gambled by targeting Hamas leaders in Qatar. It appears to have backfired. Elite sniper uncovers Charlie Kirk assassin's critical error. NFL announcer calls out Republicans after Charlie Kirk shooting. UK turns to King Charles and royals to mollify Trump like no others can. Dowd speaks out after MSNBC fired him for Charlie Kirk comments. Network reacted to the right-wing media mob. RFK Jr. makes announcement after federal agents seize more than 600,000 illicit products. Many of these are being illegally brought into America. Southwest Airlines eyes long-haul flights in strategic overhaul. Moment of silence for Charlie Kirk turns into shouting match on House floor after Boebert makes a request. Officials issue warning amid concerning spread of toxic Hammerhead worm, don't squish or cut them. Exclusive Fed Governor Cook declared her Atlanta property as vacation home, documents show. Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints announces October General Conference schedule. 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser pricing barely rises, but discounts favor 2025. Rubio vows U.S. response following conviction of Brazil's Bolsonaro. Trump administration ending grants for colleges with large minority student populations. Permanente Bros closes 2 locations in South Central PA, after careful consideration. 6 more officers fired over handling of domestic violence fueled triple homicide in South Florida. Stay tuned as we break down the stories behind these headlines. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel authorized an airstrike targeting Hamas leaders in Qatar.
It appears to have backfired, potentially jeopardizing the remaining hostages.
The airstrike has drawn criticism internationally and strained relations with the United States.
Despite the setback, Netanyahu shows no signs of halting the war in Gaza.
While low-level Hamas members and a Qatari security guard were killed, the main targets appear to have survived.
However, it is now harder for him to push a ceasefire through his hard-line coalition.
The airstrike also ended negotiations with Qatar, which had helped release some hostages previously.
Netanyahu has strained relations with the United States, although President Donald Trump has not indicated any punitive actions.
Sergeant Nicholas Randstad analyzed the Charlie Kirk assassination.
Randstad is a former sniper known for a record-breaking kill in Afghanistan.
He noted the Utah Valley University rally provided an easy shot for a sniper.
The 200-yard distance and calm winds simplified the shot.
Randstad believes the weapon used was not an AR-15.
The sound suggests a high-powered rifle, likely bolt action.
He noted the shot was precise but revealed the shooter was not a professional.
The next shot indicates a miss of the intended head target, likely due to wind.
NFL announcer Nate Burleson called on Republican politicians to reflect on political violence.
Burleson linked misinformation and disinformation to political violence, referencing the shooting of Charlie Kirk.
Many social media users and media outlets criticized Burleson for his comments.
Others felt Burleson overstepped his role as a commentator.
The British royals will utilize their diplomatic influence during Donald Trump's visit to the United Kingdom.
Their goal is to cultivate positive relations with the United States president.
The monarchy's role is to engage with world leaders at formal events.
This aims to foster favorable views of the United Kingdom.
King Charles offered Donald Trump a second state visit to Britain.
This gesture was well received by the president.
The visit will include a formal welcome by Prince William and Kate.
It will also feature a banquet and military displays.
Dowd was fired from MSNBC after commenting on Charlie Kirk following a shooting at Utah Valley University.
Dowd stated on Substack that his words were misconstrued and MSNBC reacted to the right-wing media.
He explained that at the time of his on-air comments it was not yet known that Kirk was the target.
Dowd said he meant to convey that the United States is in a toxic time with divisiveness and access to guns.
MSNBC quickly ended Dowd's contract after his remarks.
Comcast executives called Dowd's comment unacceptable and insensitive.
They emphasized the importance of fostering civil dialogue and respecting differing opinions.
Dowd plans to continue writing and speaking out to advocate for uniting the country.
Law enforcement seized 600,000 illegal vape products in a Chicago suburb.
Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services Robert Kennedy Jr. and United States Attorney General Pam Bondi made a joint appearance at the site.
Many of these products are being illegally brought into America.
They target children, young adults, college students, and even members of the military.
The seized products included items laced with illicit drugs and illegal flavors.
Raids were carried out across 6 states including Arizona, Florida, Georgia, New Jersey, North Carolina, and Illinois.
This is the latest example of governments cracking down on vape products.
These products pose serious risks to public health and the environment.
Southwest Airlines is considering long-haul international flights and premium airport lounges.
Chief Executive Officer Bob Jordan stated this is part of their turnaround strategy.
The airline may initially utilize narrow-body aircraft for these routes.
This approach represents a more risk-tolerant initial investment.
Southwest has been under pressure to revamp its business model.
The airline has implemented new policies such as charging for checked bags.
It has also introduced a basic economy fare and a new assigned seat policy.
These changes aim to improve profitability and attract high-spending travelers.
The House of Representatives held a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk after he was shot on September 10.
Representative Lauren Boebert then requested a spoken prayer which led to disorder.
Kirk, a conservative activist and close ally of President Donald Trump, died later that day.
Some Democrats expressed frustration, mentioning other victims of gun violence.
Representative Anna Paulina Luna, a former colleague of Kirk, responded with a heated remark.
Speaker Mike Johnson tried to restore order in the chamber.
Representative Joe Morell stated that praying on the House floor is not standard protocol.
Kirk was shot while giving a speech at Utah Valley University.
The hammerhead worm, an invasive species from Asia, has been spreading across the United States.
These worms primarily consume earthworms and can decimate their populations.
Hammerhead worms can negatively impact native plant growth and overall biodiversity.
Officials advise against squishing or cutting them as this allows them to multiply.
Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook declared her Atlanta property as a vacation home on a loan estimate.
This document, reviewed by Reuters, counters claims of mortgage fraud.
Critics had accused Cook of falsely claiming 2 different homes as her primary residence.
These accusations stem from mortgage documents related to properties in Atlanta and Ann Arbor, Michigan.
The loan estimate, issued by Cook's credit union, clearly states vacation home as the property use.
Real estate experts suggest this document supports Cook's case.
Additionally, Cook never requested a primary residence tax exemption for the Georgia property.
A separate document related to Cook's security clearance also lists the Atlanta home as a second home.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has announced its October 2025 General Conference schedule.
It will be held the first weekend of October at the Conference Center on Temple Square.
3 sessions will take place on Saturday, October 4th, and 2 on Sunday, October 5th.
The church encourages members and non-members to attend or tune in.
General Conference provides a chance to receive personal revelation as church leaders offer counsel.
All sessions will be streamed on the church website, Gospel Library application, and General Conference YouTube channel.
United States and Canada members can request tickets through their local ward or branch leaders.
The conference offers messages of love, hope, and joy, sharing the Word of God.
The Toyota Land Cruiser has seen a successful return to the United States market.
The 2026 model year sees only minor price increases.
The 1958 trim now starts at $57,200, a $500 increase.
The base Land Cruiser trim starts at $62,045, up $575 from last year.
This represents less than a 1% price increase across the entire lineup.
The 2026 model retains the 326 horsepower hybrid powertrain and standard 4-wheel drive.
Discounts on remaining 2025 models may be attractive to some buyers.
These discounts can range from $3,000 to $5,000 depending on the trim level.
Former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro was convicted of plotting a coup after the 2022 election.
United States Senator Marco Rubio stated the United States will respond to this conviction.
Brazil's foreign ministry views Senator Rubio's statement as a threat against Brazilian authority.
The ministry stated Brazilian democracy will not be intimidated by the United States.
This is the first time a former Brazilian president has been convicted for attacking democracy.
Former United States President Donald Trump expressed surprise at Bolsonaro's conviction.
President Trump called Bolsonaro a good man and a good president.
President Trump has previously criticized the Brazilian judicial system.
The Department of Education is ending discretionary funding for certain minority-serving institution grant programs.
The Trump administration claims this funding violates the law because it goes to institutions that meet racial or ethnic quotas.
Education Secretary Linda McMahon stated that discrimination based upon race or ethnicity has no place in the United States.
She emphasized that diversity is not merely the presence of a skin color.
The Department of Education plans to work with Congress to redesign these programs.
The goal is to support underprepared or under-resourced students without relying on racial quotas.
The administration has not specified where the $350 million in discretionary funds will be redirected.
The department is also reviewing the legal issues related to mandatory funding for these institutions.
2 Primanti Brothers restaurants in South Central Pennsylvania closed this week.
The affected locations are in Hanover and Chambersburg.
A Primanti Brothers spokesperson confirmed the closures.
The company stated it made the decision after careful consideration.
The Hanover location opened in 2022.
The Chambersburg location opened in 2023.
The closures came as a surprise to many.
Several other Primanti Brothers restaurants remain open in central Pennsylvania.
6 more deputies were fired from a South Florida sheriff office after an internal investigation.
11 others were disciplined for their handling of a domestic violence case that ended in a triple homicide.
Mary Jingles had repeatedly warned officers that her estranged husband, Nathan Jingles, was a threat.
He ultimately killed her, her father, and a neighbor.
Nathan Jingles has pleaded not guilty and could face the death penalty if convicted.
The investigation found that officers failed to properly investigate Mary Jingles' reports of domestic violence.
They also did not use the state red flag law to remove firearms from Nathan Jingles.
This tragedy highlights the critical need for law enforcement to take domestic violence reports seriously and utilize all available resources to prevent such tragedies.
Thank you for listening. Stay informed, stay aware, and join us again for more updates that matter. Until next time.